All right, let's see. Is it ready to go? Sorry. I work here, I talked about this before, that I just read and work and do everything in one space, so, how it is. I work with what I got and what I have to work with, so. I know most people will have, like, an altar indoor, a specific desk and a specific setup where they go and do things every time. And it's not even like I don't have respect for what it is I'm doing, I guess. But I don't know. I guess I'm like less ritualistic about any of it than a lot of other people are. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with that. I also don't think there's anything wrong with if you are doing that. I think that you should do I think you should do things as you feel led to do them and as you feel best represents yourself. And I know that there's a lot of channels who always have like these certain kind of intros and certain things they call everybody and all this stuff. And like a big reason why I don't do that is because like when I tune into other channels, I really like getting right to whatever something is there. So if they're saying this type of message is there, I'd like to hear it. And so like if there's 15, 20 minutes of all this other stuff, then it takes a long time to get to it. Which of course, it's other people's platforms and they can do whatever they want to. You know, I just don't. You know what I was thinking the other day too? Because like a lot of channels, when they're doing actual readings with tarot, they'll always need to cover up their people, right? For the Lover's card and the Devil card. But like my tarot that I use, first of all, I have this lunar lapin, which is just rabbits. So they're not even people. And they totally don't look sexualized at all. And then I have this Joyous Journey, and the Joyous Journey is kind of like an anime style or like a kind of cartoony style, so it's not that serious. Here, hold on, I'm finding it real quick so I can just show you guys. It's a lead in for this. I mean, sometimes I feel like I don't really, really need cards because I feel like, first of all, if I get because sometimes, like, when I get downloads, they'll be about certain people. And at the time I get them, I don't even know what it actually is. Oh, yeah. See, like, there's the devil. See, they're just bunnies. Where's the lovers? Jeez. Like, holy crap. Oh, I was like not seeing them. They just go right by it. There's the Ten of Cups. Yeah, the Fool. Wheel of Fortune. I'd be like, did I accidentally mix it into a different deck? That's weird. That the one card I want to show is like the one card that I can't find. So, Star. The other moon. The World. Temperance. Justice. Oh yeah, here it is. So see, look, they just look like lovers. I mean, they just bunnies. So, yay, strength card. And whenever I see a strength card come out in my readings, I always take that as like Lion of the Tribe of Judah energy. I'm like one of those Jesus freaks. So I love him and think that he's awesome. He's awesome. Definitely more awesome than me. Hierophant. Queen of Pentacles. See, this deck, like, this art style is very cutesy. I'm looking, I was going to show you the lovers from this deck, which is also not really, it's nothing too scandalous. Okay. Four swords, Three of Pentacles. I like this transformation card. Sun, Fool, Justice, Yay, Justice, Strength, Empress, Power. Ah, oh yeah, so see, this is kind of cute. Nobody's naked. So. I don't know. Anytime I use one deck, I'll always kind of feel a little weird, like I should maybe be using the other one. Ooh, and I left it to that, so I feel like maybe I will take this, a Death, and a Three of Swords. So I feel like, and look, this Three of Swords on this particular deck is a few. So, and I did say that I felt like I was doing a reading that was going to be for both Virgos and Divine Feminines. So maybe this reading is for a Divine Feminine who is a Virgo, who's been in a Three of Swords situation. And I feel like this death card is saying that that situation is coming to an end. So it's not showing me yet if it's like coming to an end because that person is going to stop, and or one of those people are going to exit the situation, or you're going to exit the situation. But I'm splitting on a Tower, and that person is, whatever the situation you were in, one of these people got themselves into a Nine of Swords situation. If you haven't heard about it yet, when you hear about it, that may bring you a Tower, which may bring about the death of the situation, you know? You might find out about this and just be like, you know what? I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. That Tower, yep. And so maybe this King of Swords is like somebody who's going to like bring you that information. They're going to be like, you know what? You know what? Somebody needs to be the one to tell you this. And since nobody else will, I will. Oh, and here's the Empress. Well, he's like you. You know, it's like, you know what? You know what? You're a big girl. You should be able to handle. They're like, you know what? Anybody in Empress energy, you know, they can hold their own. You know, you're capable of making your own happiness. You're capable of creating your own happiness. Yeah, so there's a Five of Swords. So, like, whatever this Three of Swords situation was, you know, so, like, this person, so the person who was putting you into that, because they were working on that Eight of Pentacles, so it's a Knight of Pentacles who was doing this. And a Knight of Wands. Geez, so you have a Knight, and neither one of these people are a king. Yeah, so somebody who wanted to come, and they're like, they thought they would get a little bit of coin. Yeah, and so see, now because of all of this, now they're going to get a Tower. Like, you're finding out about all of this you're finding out about all of this is a Tower at first. But that Tower, when it comes to you as a Tower, this is going to put you in this Temperance energy. Which Temperance is like, it's going to balance things out, you know? It may even make you feel like, I feel like you have Four of Pentacles. This is kind of giving me the feeling of, it's like, when you find this out, it's going to, I feel like you've kind of already known. And I feel like something that wasn't making sense before, it's all going to make sense to you. It's just going to make, you know, it's that thing that makes the pieces fall into place. It's like that kind of thing. Somebody's going to come and bring you this information. So whoever that King of Swords is, which that's really interesting. So you have two people who's in your energy who are both only in Knight energy, and they were trying to fight over you. Because the one person thought that if they had you, it was going to help establish this Eight of... Wow, dude. So they were willing to do all this just even for an Eight of Pentacles? That's not even like the Ten of Pentacles. It was just the 8. Jeez. That's like being willing to like stab your friend in the back for, oh, well, and here's the lovers. So, but I feel like the outcome of this situation, I feel like, you know what? If this situation reveals to you that both of these people who were in your energy were both just knights and neither one of them was actually for you at all, I feel like if both of those people knew each other, and it was kind of almost like a bet or a competition between friends, and like when you find this out, you're just going to walk away from it once and for all. And I feel like the minute you walk away from that, you're going to meet this lover's person. And this lover's person is meeting them and coming into balance is giving you, let me just double check that Seven of Pentacles because I always forget what that is. But yeah, it talks about a moment of pause to evaluate your progress and assess your investments, time, and energy. So I feel like when this person comes into your life, when you meet this new, so you have a new lover who's going to come into your life, you know. So first of all, you're walking away from these other two people. You're rebalancing out your energy. You're like, you know what? I'm in this Empress energy. I can go create my own happiness. Thank you. Never mind you guys. I can have this. You know what? Check out these Four Pentacles. I'm gonna sit on my throne with my Four Pentacles, all by my Empress self. Okay, nope. Like, you guys can take this Knight energy somewhere. You know, one day maybe you'll be ready to grow the fuck up and step into your King energy. But you know, it's not the it is not the job of an Empress to turn knights into kings. If you want to come to an Empress, you should already be in your King energy, you know, because really, somebody who's meant for an Empress is going to be an Emperor. And an Emperor should be a combination of all four kings. So if you're not even showing up as any kings and you're just showing up as a knight, that means you're not ready. That means you still have growing and healing that you need to do. It likely probably means that you're slow, you're rushing in, but it's like a reckless energy, and it's not getting, like, that person who's an Empress energy, she's not going to get anywhere with you because it's like you're not even ready. But if she's already in her Empress energy, not only is she ready, she's already out there doing it on her own already. So it's like, at best, you're going to be a hindrance to her, you know? I don't want to make people sound like you're a burden, because I feel like, you know, are any of us ever really truly a burden to somebody else? I mean, how do we know the reason why we're in anybody's life, you know? But, dude, this Empress, if you're listening to this, girl, Virgo, Virgo in your divine feminine energy, girl, you got a new lover coming in. You have somebody new coming in, and when you meet this new person, they're gonna do so much to help you. You're gonna feel balanced out, and you're gonna realize like, these knights who were in your life, dude, they're really actually creating problems for themselves. And probably it's better that you just leave, because I feel like if you stay too close to their business, whatever these towers are that are either falling now or about to fall in their life, if you're around it, then it's going to affect you. But you should walk away, because you have this, like, this Ten of Pentacles. This is like generational wealth, right? And when you meet this lover, you and this person are going to come together and create something that brings in this generational wealth for you. And you wouldn't get into that energy if you went with either one of these Knight energies. I'm just telling you right now. These people are not meant to be in that they are not meant to, I almost said they're not meant to be in the Ten of Cups. Wow. So You know, and I don't know what that means for them. You know, these people need to go. If you're like one of these cross watcher types, if you're one of these knights and being like, oh, well, damn. Well, you know what, bro? You need to go do some healing work. Go do some healing work. Because I tell you what, this girl, she didn't get to be an Empress energy by not healing. You don't have to like who she is right now. Or, you know what? It's kind of also was just giving me this feeling of like, neither one of these guys actually see you as the Empress. Like, you are in your Empress energy, but they can't see it because for whatever reason, in their mind, they think an Empress should be A, B, and C. And these are inaccurate beliefs. These are what you call it, uh maybe misguided beliefs, and you know, it's really not serving them, you know. But you're coming out, let's see, the Six of Wands. I always forget what some of these mean. Oh yeah, victory. So yeah, you're getting a victory. So you're gonna get this generational wealth, victory over. So if you've been going through a lot of spiritual adversity and a lot of battles lately, you're coming out of this battle energy. And I feel like I'm gonna just read something else. So yeah, so Ten of Wands, you coming out of the battle. So like you I don't know. Ooh, and a Nine of Swords. So like I feel like this victory you're coming out of, I don't know if it has to do with one of these two people, but you've been in a season of life where you felt like this Nine of Swords, Ten of Wands. That was what you were in, but you're going to come out of that because you're getting this victory energy. This victory energy is totally for you. That is totally for you. So we're going to say, Holy Spirit, does Virgo need to change something in their life in order for this lover to enter the same memories? So is that somebody that they met in their distant past? Sobriety might be important. So maybe it's somebody who used to like be an addict and they cleaned it up. Forgiveness, so they may want your forgiveness for something, and they keep the faith. Maybe it's somebody that you believed in them when nobody else believed in them. And they remember that. So we have take the next step now. Exercise program. Maybe you met them at the gym. Seeking and finding is reversed. So I feel like this person is seeking you out. So I feel like you're not going to need to do too much to find this other person. They're going to come and find you. So they have a parent that they were taking care of. And they've been making some decisions about what they want for themselves. Maybe this time they spent taking care of their parent at this stage of life, you know, maybe it's them taking care of their parent has kind of refocused made them stop and realize what they actually want for themselves, you know. Like that sobriety kind of wanted to come upside down. So I also feel like whoever their parent was, is this parent had a sobriety issues. And I feel like that's really helped them to realize that they don't, they don't want to turn into their parent, their mom, whoever this mom or dad is. They don't want to turn into this person, you know. And I feel like this exercise program also means that this person is willing to put in the work, and they want to take the steps because they really want you to forgive them. So this is really coming through. They really want you to forgive them, and they can't get over some memories of something that happened. So, and this keep the faith is like they're really hoping you'll believe in them. All right. So, Spirit. So, Any final words for collective? Anything that they should know before I close this out, Neil? Ooh, opportunities. Maybe I need to straighten this out, this deck, so I can put them all right side up. There's change. It didn't want to come up, but it says a change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You are restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. It was upside down, so I bet whoever one of these knights are, they maybe know you from one of these situations, and they're not going to be happy about it. Love life, affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. And I feel like the good decision is you choosing to whatever this. So like when I was shuffling, there was like that King of Swords, which King of Swords are like, they don't mince words, dude. They're just gonna come give you that hard pill to swallow. So I feel like somebody's coming in to give you information, and when you get it, that's going to help you do this. We also have friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. This also wanted to come up upside down. So I feel like you may have a friend who comes in to give you advice to help get you on track. But that may be that King of Swords energy still. So that's all I have for you right now. Thanks for watching in the future. Sorry, I'm like recording these live because Clipchamp keeps messing up, and I don't know what else to do right now. I haven't found one that I like, so it's just easier to just record it straight to YouTube. So that's it. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow is the Michigan game, so go blue. Looking forward to hoping my team plays well. And that's it. Have a great night. Oh yeah, if you would like a personal reading, I do them. You can click on my coffee link. I am like anointed, so like anything that I speak or write out there is definitely gonna come to pass. So most of the people that I've already done readings for, it's happened within 6 months to a year of those readings. So if you have something that's like you don't need to happen tomorrow, then that could be something you want to like keep in mind. So that's it. That's it. And I've also posted a whole bunch of shorts today about my strawberries, if anybody's interested. And even outside, and guess what? Guess what? So here, let me pull up the information I was looking at today. So earlier today, I was looking up about crickets, right? Because when I went out this morning to look at my flowers, I saw a cricket cross my path. But then later on, when I went back out there to weed, because I got let off work early today, and I went outside to go weed my garden in the front, and I actually saw a whole bunch of crickets. And I was like, oh, dude, the crickets are over here having like a breeding festival or something in the front corner of my house. So I went to look up the crickets, and it said mythology around seeing crickets generally considers them symbols of good luck, prosperity, and wealth, particularly in East Asian cultures, and are seen as a sign of forthcoming unexpected visitor and or potential for good fortune. Some cultures also view crickets as protectors, and their songs ceasing in the presence of evil or predators. In contrast, some traditions consider harming a cricket to be extremely bad luck, with their presence in a home often being seen as a positive omen. So since there's a whole bunch of them outside, I hope that's actually Good. So here's the one decided for cultural significance. Chinese culture. Crickets have been revered for their songs since around 500 BCE, seen as symbols of wealth, abundance, and happiness. Farmers in ancient China would await the first cricket chirps in the spring as a signal to plant their fields. Native American culture. Crickets are considered symbols of good luck and represent wisdom, joy, and the power of belief. And according to some beliefs, in Asian cultures, crickets were sometimes kept as watchdogs in homes because their chirping would stop when danger approached. And then I also found it said under omens and meanings, it says good fortune. The arrival of a cricket in a home can be interpreted as a sign of good fortune, wealth, or an unexpected visit. It says guidance, spiritual guidance. Crickets can be seen as a spirit animal, prompting individuals to trust their instincts and follow spiritual guidance. And protection. The cessation of a cricket song is sometimes seen as a warning that evil or a predator is near, making them a spiritual protector. Good news. In the house, crickets can bring good news, and their presence is an invitation to welcome abundance. Wow, I wonder if I should try catching some of the crickets that are in my yard and like bring them inside and make them a little thing. I don't really know what they eat though. So, yeah, and then like I was out there working in my garden. Um, so I have like all these like morning glories. Let's see. Like they're like these purple flowers. There's another one. So, um, I'm all about my garden these days. So that's all I have. You guys have a great evening and happy weekend. Thanks for listening.